I know that you miss me, baby. I can make you wait. And if you're down.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my foundation routine. So hopefully you guys like it. I did try to be as informational as possible, and I try to be as detailed as possible so I can help some of you that are just kind of curious about my foundation routine. Also, by the way, just a heads up, I do have dry skin at the moment, so it's not super dry, but it is kind of dry. So this is going to be a little bit more targeted towards people with dry skin. So yeah, with all of that being said, if you guys are interested in learning how I do my foundation routine every single time that I skip it throughout my videos and also in real life, then keep on watching. Sorry if I'm having my hands weird. You know when you have an off the shoulder that's really uncomfortable and this happens? Yeah. Okay, so before I start with my foundation routine, I always begin with my face routine, like my skin routine. So I make sure to always wash my face before I do my makeup. It's very important. I know a lot of people say this, but it's honestly, it truly makes a difference. Okay, so next, what I'm doing currently in the winter right now, it's not winter, it's fall, but you know, it's kind of cold. So what I do is I always go in with a serum just because my skin looks really cakey when I don't do this because it is very dry. So what I go in is with this rose oil right here, and I got this, where did I get it? And I got this at Ross. So I did go ahead and apply this a couple of minutes ago before filming, so I'm not going to go ahead and apply it because I already have it on my face. So since time passed already and it kind of set, I go ahead and go in with my moisturizer. I always leave things to kind of set. I don't want to like put everything all together because then I feel like it's too thick for my face and I'm going to look cakey. And my current moisturizer is this one right here, or I also like this one, which I already finished. So this one that I'm currently using is this one from Cerave, I believe that's how you pronounce the name. But it's the moisturizing lotion and it looks like that. And the other one that I love using as well is the Garinier Skin Active Moisture Rescue Cream. It's like a gel cream, and both I feel like dry really quick and they're still super moisturizing, which is a plus because I don't like having like a thick cream underneath my makeup. So yes, I love both of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this one. So after my moisturizer, I go ahead and go in with my primer. And for primer, I just like this one. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't find a difference with the pore minimizing primers. I just haven't found a perfect one. Whatever I buy, I still see my pores. So the only one that I really like, that I feel like it does what it says, is this one, and this is the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer, and it says that it moisturizes your face, and I feel like it really does moisturize your face. So for foundation, since it's a face routine thingy and I want to be as informational as possible, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys my favorite foundations at the moment, or not at the moment, they're actually like my holy grails that I always keep repurchasing, or I will keep repurchasing. So the ones that I always use for, it doesn't matter, I always use them for any video or for Instagram or for daily life. I go ahead and use the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. I'm in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla. This is my favorite one. It covers everything up and I just love it. The next one that I really like is the Makeup Forever HD Foundation, the Ultra HD. And I'm in the shade Y245. I haven't tried the stick foundation, so I don't know how good that one is. I really want to try it, but I couldn't really find a shade for me and I was scared to just buy it and then I don't want to return it and stuff because I'm lazy. So I just went ahead and bought this again. And the last one that is my favorite as well is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Foundation. This one is also my favorite and I'm in the shade Fair. So for today's video, I'm going to go ahead and use the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with my beauty sponge. The beauty sponge that I use is the Real Techniques beauty sponge. And also before I continue, because I forgot to do something, I'm going to go ahead and just apply a little bit of corrector to my red spots because they just don't want to get covered up. So I'm going to apply some green. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. There we go. And I have a little. And the one that I used is the corrector by Kiss. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and blend my foundation. So after my foundation or concealer, I kind of switch it up. I go in with some liquid highlights just to intensify the glowiness that I like. My favorite one is this one. This is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi, and it's a primer, but I always use it as my liquid highlights. And the other one that I really like is this one. This is by Colourpop, and this is one of their Super Shock Cheek Highlights, and it's in the color Lunch Money. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with the L'Oreal one and apply it to the highest points. And then I go ahead and go in with my beauty sponge and blend it away. And then I kind of take whatever is left on the beauty sponge and I take it to my forehead. Now, just to be extra, I'm just going to go ahead and take the Colourpop Cheek Shadow and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to the highest points. Now for concealer, my favorite concealers are these three right here, and the first one being number 1 is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm in the shade Fair Neutral, and my other two favorites are these two, and this is the Age Rewind Concealer and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Both are from Maybelline, but for today I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I'm just going to apply it to my under eyes. And I'm going to add a little bit of the Fit Me just because it's a little too bright for my liking. And I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my beauty sponge and begin blending. Now to set my concealer, I always use loose powders because I don't like using the pressed powders just because I feel like they dry my skin a lot. I don't know why, but they always dry my skin. My skin kind of looks like bumpy and stuff and I just don't like it, so I always go for loose powders. My two favorite ones are these two. This is the Airspun Loose Face Powder and this is in the color, I actually don't use translucent, I use Naturally Neutral. And the other one is the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. I love these two. For days that I'm actually, trying hard with my makeup and it's something fancy and stuff, I do go in with the expensive one, obviously, because I'm trying to be bougie, so I'm gonna go in with the expensive one. Yeah, for videos and stuff, because I don't really go out after the video, I just use this one because obviously it's a lot more cheap and stuff, and I still love it. I still use it for school and stuff. So both are nice. About the flashback of this one, I feel like it gives me flashbacks sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. So I feel like it just depends with your foundation. I guess you gotta try it out and see, because I thought it didn't give me flashback, but once I took a flash picture and I actually was looking white. So I don't know if it was a foundation or if it was a powder or what it was, but I had used this powder, so maybe it was a powder, maybe it wasn't. So just to be safe, whenever I'm going to take flash photography, I just go for this one. For today's video, I'm just going to use the Airspun Loose Face Powder. And the way that I apply this is I go in with my beauty sponge. Now, before I apply it, I make sure to tap the concealer again, just because it sits under my eyes and then I get these little wrinkles, or sometimes like my skin begins to come through and stuff and the pores open up again. I feel like whenever I set it again, it looks smooth again. So I go ahead and tap the concealer again and just try to fix it. And once I'm done, I quickly go in with the powder and just apply a thin layer. Then I do the same thing for the other eye. And then for my chin. For my forehead. And then whatever excess powder I have on my sponge, I just go in with my nose because my nose is the driest out of my whole face. So with this, I gotta be careful because if not, it's gonna end up looking crusty AF. So after my powder, I always go in with my setting spray. Even though I'm not done, I just like really quickly applying the setting spray just because I don't like this like powder looking face. I want it to be more like, glowy and more natural looking and not so powdery. So I always go in with my setting sprays. My 3 setting sprays, I don't know why for everything I have 3. That is so weird, okay. But my number 1 of all is the MAC Prep and Prime Setting Spray. So this is my number 1. Obviously, I don't have any more, so I gotta go buy some. So the next one is this one. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This one, I don't use it to like melt my makeup away. I actually just use it at the end of my makeup. And then the other one that I use is the Pixi Vitamin Wake Up Mist Setting Spray. This one I do use it after or before my makeup or during my makeup, doesn't really matter. So if you're interested in this one, because it is the cheapest one out of all, I'm gonna say that it really does have a strong smell. So if you don't like smells, you're probably not gonna like the smell. But if you're like okay with smells like me, then I mean, I like how it smells. It smells like orange. So today's video, I'm gonna go in with this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it to my face. Now I just go in with my hands and I try to dry it down. And once it's a little bit dry, not too much, I go in with my highlights. Before I go in with my highlights, I do want to let you guys know that whenever I use powder, I do try to only set where the concealer is placed. I try not to set my highlight area just because I don't want to have it set with powder. I want to set it with some highlight, just so it could stay more, you know, natural, glowy looking and not so powdery. So yes, and my two favorites are these two. This is the Becca highlight. This is in Champagne Pop, and the other one is the Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette. So I'm gonna go in with the Becca one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and this is my life, you guys. I don't even have any more. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get whatever I can. Okay, so now before we continue with the rest of the face, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the eyes, and then we can go ahead and continue with the rest of the face. Okay, so now to bronze up my face, my two favorite ones are these two. One is a shimmery bronzer and the other one is matte. So the first one is the Milani Baked Bronzer, and this is in the shade 09 Dulce. And the second one is the Butter Bronzer, and this is in the shade Bronzer. So both are my favorite. I love both the same. Well, this one just a little tiny bit more. And to apply my bronzer, I do use the Morphe M527. Roll my brush inside. Now for blush, my favorite blush is this one. This is by Tarte, and the reason why it's super small is because I got it for my birthday. You know, those mini gifts that they give you, and I got this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it really quick with one of the Vanity Planet brushes. Okay, and lastly, this is a step that I do whenever I am feeling the glow. So I just go in one more time with a highlighting palette, and I go in with the Sleek palette and apply it to the highest points. I also go in with a very tiny brush, and I apply it to my Cupid's bow. Hey guys, so this is pretty much the end of the video. Hope you guys liked my foundation routine. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I know that you miss me.